We are recording.
All right, welcome to our empowerment call for this Wednesday in March. We are super excited to have you on, either on the live call or on the recording. Thank you for making the time to do this. This just shows that you are taking your business seriously. This is what business owners do. They show up and they work their business. So we have two powerhouse trainers for you tonight. Danielle Pfeiffer would love to be introducing these ladies, but she is not in a position to do that. As some of you just heard, she's not feeling well. So send her lots of prayers and positive vibes. So our first trainer who's going to share her story is the amazing Dana Sharp. She is a teacher. She's a mama of two, a wife, and this is a woman of discipline and commitment and hard work. She has done Ironman not once, because that wouldn't be enough, right? You got to do it twice if you're Dana Sharp. And she has just heart, and she's like one of those stick-to-itness people. And she is on fire and just ready to make massive leaps in her business, and is doing so. So Dana, hopefully you can unmute yourself and share with us.
Okay. Can you guys hear me? Yeah? Okay. Hi. Yes, I'm Dana Sharp. I'm a speech pathologist. I work with kids in 2nd through 5th grade. And yes, I have two little girls, 6 and 9. And yes, I've done Ironman twice in a former life, I guess. So here's my story, and it's a new story. So I'm practicing it. I'm a tad bit nervous. So here we go. So last year at this time, a good friend introduced me. She wasn't my friend at the time, but she's a good friend now. Introduced me to the products, especially the nutrition line. I had great results, fell in love with the products, and she gently suggested trying the business. So I fell in love with the Arbonne culture and completely jumped in with both feet. I mean, I was in it up to my chin. And about 4 weeks later, all the negative thoughts started to creep in, and I was listening to people outside of Arbonne, and I walked away. I said, nope, I'm not doing this. This is too hard. And I completely walked away from this incredible opportunity. So my friend would check in with me every couple months, just leave me a voice message or send me a text and say, hey, just thinking of you. So fast forward to this February. I had gained 20 pounds over the winter. I was having really bad migraines at least 3 times a week. And I was in the worst depression that I had been in a really long time. So the same friend suggested that we try the 30 days and really commit to it, like really commit to it. And with her support and encouragement, it helped me feel better. I have way more energy. I've lost 10 pounds. And I've had a huge decrease in my headaches. Like it's a brand new life, and I haven't been this happy in I don't know how long. So it's been really great. So a few weeks ago, the same friend came over for coffee, and she again gently suggested trying the business again. She filled me with so much hope, and she reminded me to dream, and she reminded me of this powerful culture that is Arbonne. So when she left, she suggested listening to a podcast by Mel Robbins, The 5-Second Rule, which completely changed my entire mindset. And I'm committed to this business now. And this is going to be a vehicle for me to change my life into the life that I have been dreaming about. It's also going to provide, for me, a vehicle to change the lives of others. Not only is this an incredible business opportunity, but I get to help people feel better inside and out. I can increase their self-confidence. I can empower them to follow their dreams. So my dream, I made it really big, and I love it, is to open a resource center for women that suffer from depression. And it is so clear in my head right now that I have already picked a name, and I can already see the wall colors. So I'm going to get there with this business. So this little part, I just want to practice with you guys. So if you're someone sitting there that is looking for hope, or you know someone that is looking for hope, whether it be with their health or their finances or their time, I would love to talk to you about this opportunity. So that's my story.
That was amazing. Oh my goodness, Dana. Thank you. You've got to read this comments. I mean, they're fantastic, because that was some people are just thinking they don't need to listen, and they want to, because Jessie's training is going to be phenomenal. But that was like that was a training right there. And thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for sharing your heart with us. And so many people on so many levels identify with your story, and you are going to go out and you are going to be that hope dealer for people and that life changer, and help people focus on what's important, which is their family and their health and where they want to make a difference. Yeah, there's a lot of caps happening here. So thank you so much, Dana. That was phenomenal.
Well, I appreciate you guys giving me a chance to practice out loud in front of people. So thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was phenomenal. And now we're just going to go from strength to strength. Another amazing, amazing lady, Jessie Nadig, who is a district manager on Celeste Phillips' team. And she is going to share with us. Jessie is also mama too, all these mamas at two. And she is also a wife and a lover of nature. She has a whole host of animals. She's got horses, people. I want to go see the horses. I want to see all these animals. And she is a pet groomer, and she is like the girl to see if you need to get your animals taken care of. Jessie has heart, and there is an integrity and honesty in her that is so evident when you meet her, and a humility. I mean, she is just so incredibly genuine, and another powerhouse that we are so fortunate to hear from tonight. So Jessie, we cannot wait to hear your story and to hear your training. Are you good to go?
Wow, Nair, I did not expect that introduction. Thank you. That's flattering. So hi, everyone. I'm Jessie. I am fairly new, in my opinion, to Arbonne. I started in September. So yes, I'm a dog groomer. I have 2 boys. One's almost 11 months old and 4 years old. I'm a salon leader at Victor PetSmart Grooming Salon, and what I fell in love with when I found out about Arbonne was the product difference. When I found out their ingredient policy, it really changed my life, especially because I have young children and I wanted to be careful about what I am putting on their skin. And then I tried the 30 Days to Healthy Living, kicking and screaming because I am addicted to chocolate and ice cream and all of that. And the difference that I noticed in my own skin and my health and my joints, it just really made me fall in love even more. So that's a little bit about me. Let me just figure out here how to share my screen, because this is the first time I've done this. Oh, here we go. Okay, so one of my favorite, oops. How do I make this start? Hold on one second. Bear with me. Sorry. Oh, here we go. One of my favorite terms is she believed she could, so she did. I actually had to borrow belief for a little bit of time because of outside world. So important to me is to stay focused on the belief of what this does and what Arbonne as a community can do for me. So I look at this a lot. So she believed she could, so she did. Everybody here made the daring choice to say yes to Arbonne, and everyone is here because they are committed. Obviously, you're committed because you're on here, but commitment is one of the most important things that you can do for your network marketing business. So now we're going to learn a little bit about our month's book, which is called Go Pro. It's written by Eric Worre. It's going to teach us how to not only own a business in direct sales or network marketing with Arbonne, but to become a professional network marketer with a booming organization. So tonight I'm going to talk about the book, and it describes the 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. A professional network marketer is an expert at the skills needed to build a professional organization. This will not happen overnight. It may not even happen in a year. So getting to the point of a professional could take up to 10,000 hours. At 4 hours a day of practicing, that adds to about 7 years. My amazing sponsor, Celeste, she would always tell me when I feel like things aren't working at the moment, Jessie, you're in this for the long haul. This is not a race, it's a marathon. So it could take years, it could take months or weeks. You just need to take it as it comes to you. So by committing to excellence and staying in the personal development mindset, you will always be learning while you are earning. It's another reason that you always need to stay plugged in, and it's very crucial in this business. So now we're going to review the skills that are going to sculpt us into the professionals that we all want to be. Whoops. Skill number 1, finding our prospects. One of the parts of our building block, or I'm sorry, it's finding our 100-person list. So you never want to stop editing your 100-person list. You always want to continue to add and remove people from this list. It always must be like a constant merry-go-round. Everybody you know needs to go on this list. It is our duty to share this chance for a change. How selfish of us would it be to decide if we think that someone will be fit for this? We don't know what goes on behind closed doors, and we don't know what happens when they lay their head down at night and what keeps them awake. So I totally understand how people can be uncomfortable asking some certain people. Cold market, warm market, somebody who intimidates you. It's hard, and I completely get it because I am the same exact way. But like Dana said, I follow the 5-4-3-2-1 rule, and I try to change their life. They may not even know yet how amazing this is. They need to believe like you do, so share your belief. It's crucial to educate and not hold back to anybody. Give them the chance to decide for themselves. Continue to add everybody you know to your list, and as the names come onto paper from your brain, it will clear room in your head for more. Set a goal. 2 people added to your list daily equals up to 600 people in a year. And up to 3,000, that's supposed to say 3,000, sorry, people in 5 years. That's a lot of people. So the point of this business is a network. It's like a spider web that keeps growing. Professionals don't worry about running out of room or people. They network on purpose. So get out because you cannot build a network from your living room. Skill number 2 is inviting. Inviting is the only way to share. This skill is a must if you want to succeed in this business. Professionals build relationships with people that you haven't even met yet. Your next RVP, you probably won't meet for 2 years from now. They build trust with people because they aren't trying to rope anybody into something. You're just educating your prospect on the possibility so that you can choose, so they can choose for themselves if it's a fit for them or not. We're just doing our job to share information for them so they could take a look at it. There are 2 sides to inviting. The fundamentals of inviting, they are the events and the tools. The events can include spa parties, discover meetings, coffee dates, or take a look calls with our upline. The tools include discover recordings or eye on Arbonne stories. The next side to inviting is emotional, which is a totally different story. We must separate ourselves from the emotional outcome. We are educators. Do not become overinvested in it because it will show in your response and put pressure on your prospect. Think of it as a business transaction, a yes or a no answer, and that is it. And then you move on to the next step. It's okay to be disappointed or bummed, but don't be sad for yourself. Be sad for them. They will only be missing out on this opportunity. And you can always loop back around and reach out to them again. The most important thing to do is be yourself. Focus on being the real you, the passionate and enthusiastic part of yourself. Your posture and your confidence is important. It's contagious, and it can show how real that this is. You want to show your positive energy and take yourself out of the equation and make this about them. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm skipping too quick. So what I wanted to say also is they may not remember what you said when you gave your presentation, but your energy really shows when you're speaking from your heart. They can see how excited you are about this. And if you practice this constantly, it will become your reality. It will become the new you. All right, now, so we're going to look at invitations. I think that I may have messed something up. Sorry. Okay, invitations. There are different steps to invitations. The first one is urgency. Everybody's time is very valuable. People have very busy lives, as do we. So be respectful of others' times as you want them to respect yours. The number 2 is to compliment sincerely. You want to be honest to somebody. So in your warm market, you can go to somebody who you trust or know and say, you're so successful and I think that you'd be really good at this. Would you like to take a look? If you're cold market and you don't know somebody, you would go up to them and say, wow, I really enjoy your customer service. I actually did this yesterday. I went and got my eyebrows done, and this girl was talking to me, and she was just really friendly, and she seemed like she liked her job, and she was talking about skincare and how I have such dry skin, and she was talking about makeup, and I'm like, I know this might sound weird, but I think that you're really easy to talk to, and I really love your customer service. Would you be interested in giving me your contact information, and I can share some information about my opportunity for income? And it actually has to do with skincare and makeup. And she was totally interested. So I was able to make a connection with her, which doesn't always happen, but keeping your mind open to that and using the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule to go after it and do it. The third step is to make the invite. So that has 3 different sections: the direct section, indirect, and super indirect. The direct section you want to use for only people that you know and that they respect you, and if you have a specific need for them. Say you heard somebody talking about how they hate their job. You would kind of follow up with them and say, so I heard you hate your job. And they say yes or no, and you'll just follow up with, I have something that might be of interest to you. The indirect approach, it actually helps people get past the initial resistance. It's basically saying, I find you really friendly and I'm new at this. So would you let me practice to you and just get me some practice and you can learn some more information. The super indirect is you're going to actually make your prospect feel like you're not interested in them at all. It's basically asking them for a referral, and you're going to say to them, do you know anybody that could be possibly interested in any type of extra cash flow? And they're very outgoing, and you're going to look for somebody to be recommended to you. A lot of times, if that happens, people will want to know more information as to what you're talking about. So if you act like you're not interested in them, maybe looking for somebody else, they'll be like, well, maybe I might be good at this. I'm ambitious. I could do this. So that's where that indirect comes from. So then you're going to ask a question. You're going to say, if I, would you? It's a very powerful question because it has a lot behind it. You can say to them, if I sent you a video, would you watch it? And they'll say yes or no. That approach is keeping you in control, and there's something valuable that you're offering them, but you're not giving them anything without a commitment. It gives you the time that you need, and it also gives you an answer for them. So you say, if I send you a video, would you watch it? And they say yes. And then you can say, when do you think you can watch that? And then you're going to follow up with them as that comes. That's the next step, which is the time commitment. You always want to have a time commitment and find out when they can watch it. And then you're going to confirm it. So that's another step that brings you 3 times that you've discussed chatting with them. So if you can watch that video on Monday, should I get in touch with you on Tuesday? And they'll say yes. And then you'll mark it down in your calendar. And then you're going to follow up. But you want these conversations with your prospects to be short, because your time is important and so is theirs. You don't want to keep them on the phone trying to get more information out of them, because it does show that you are in a hurry and this is important to you. Okay, next step is presenting. Yeah, it looks like my notes got a little bit mixed up here. I apologize. The important thing about the follow-up is to realize that there is no script. You want to use your confidence and your urgency. I have a bad habit of sounding apologetic, like I just did. When you approach your prospects, you don't want to say, I don't want to bother you, but do you think you might be able to give me a little bit of your time? It won't take long, I promise. I just want to share some information. You have to sound confident. Okay, so let's go to the next skill. The next skill is presenting. Everybody knows how to present in the network marketing business, but you must know that you are not the expert. You are only the messenger in delivering information and sharing an opportunity. it's important to keep it simple, because when people are watching you that do not have any information in this, they don't want to have to learn everything. I remember when I first found out about this, I was like, how am I ever going to remember all of this? I'm never going to learn this. It's going to take me forever. But my sponsor would tell me, you just need to give them the information. And if they ask you questions, you can use your third-party tool, which is the next thing on the list, and then direct them towards that. You can tell them to go look at arbonne.com and find the ingredients that are questioned. And it's very important to make your presentation duplicable, because it needs to be simple. It shows that they don't need to know everything, and it's always on paper and easy for them to find out. All right, so 3 parts to presenting. The first part is your I story. People buy why you do what you do, not what you do. So it's very important to get to the root of your why and craft a real, raw, passionate, inspiring, compelling story. And then you want to master the opportunity of presentation. Obviously, this is our best product of Arbonne, is the business opportunity and what can happen when you build your team. So it's important to know it back and forth, in and out, and be excited to give somebody the chance. And do not decide for anybody also. And another thing is to master the trainings. You want to blow the trainings out of the water. Write it in your own words. Practice on your upline, your sideline sisters, your dog. Both dogs right in front of me, your cat, your family members. I repeated it on my way home from work today, in my car, to my children while I was driving. So practice it and then present it to your team. Preparation is the key to presenting. If you are prepared, your presentation is going to go well. My presentation is going okay. I quickly did this at the very last minute. So bear with me as I go through my notes. I apologize. Okay, so the next one is following up. Everybody knows that the fortune is in the follow-up. Following up is one of my most favorite things to do, actually. Being part of a dog grooming salon, I feel it's important to follow up with what you're doing. After somebody comes in, I do reach out to them, especially if there's a new customer, and say, how did you like your service today? What could we have done to fix that for you if you were not happy? It shows great customer service, and it shows care and connection and commitment. I use a calendar to mark down my follow-ups so that I follow through with what I said I was going to do. You're either on time to do that or you're late. You don't want to be late. Being on time and saying what you're going to do is very respectable from people. So the only reason that you want to set up another meeting after follow-up is to rebook more. Whether it's your one-on-ones or booking more spa parties from a party that you just had, the reason to rebook is going to keep your activity flowing. Remember though, our job is to educate someone to have the information that they need to make a decision. If they don't have all the information, we ask them to consider a take a look with our upline. All right. During the follow-up, we can say, were you able to review that video I sent you? If no, that's okay. You don't want to sound annoyed. You want to tell them that you completely understand, because our life is just as busy as theirs, and this is not their priority. And I had to remember that a lot when I started. This is not their priority like it's our priority. So you just ask, when can I reach out to you again? And they can tell you, and then you mark it in your calendar. If they did get a chance to review the video or the information you gave them, say, great, what did you love about it? And then follow through with the next set of questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? Okay, so anything over 1 is good, because then you just need to raise the number and try and find out what they need. Make it about them. Do they need to do a 3-way call with an upline to get more information? Do they need more material? And then again, always rebook. You never want to finish without a follow-up appointment. If you let them go, their brain is gone. You always want to keep it fresh on their memory. The brain is tricky in that way, and it will be consumed with other thoughts. The next skill is closing. So there are a few questions to confirm when closing. You want to help to confirm their decision that they just made. So you can say to them, based on what you know now, how much money would you need to make a month for this to count for you? How many hours do you need to put in per week, and how much are you willing to commit? How many months before you want to reach your next goal? And that's when you would go through the compensation plan. And then you can ask them, are you ready to sign up? If they are ready to sign up, you're going to go through with a game plan. If they're not ready to sign up yet, do another appointment. And then for people that are ready to sign up, you're going to get them started. Professionals understand the importance of a strong yet urgent launch. You want to set up a game plan interview and always congratulate the prospect and say how proud of you are of them. You don't want to squeal and say, thank you so much for signing up with me. Show them that they made a really good choice. You want to set expectations by telling them how you will support them, but this is their journey and their business, and they are going to be the reason for the success that they have or the fail that they might have. You also want to tell them your goal. My goal is to help you become independent of me as quickly as possible. Is that a good idea for you? You always want to ask them if they're understanding what you're doing. And then you're going to talk to them about the Arbonne roller coaster. And ask them how they want you to react when they reach the bottom, because it will happen. Everybody gets to the bottom and they become afraid and they don't know what to do. So since this is a business, you want to reach a point where you can know what to do with your prospect. So if they can tell you, if you feel like they're not responding anymore, you're usually going to know because they're not showing up or they're not answering you. So you want to have a game plan for what to do when that happens. So you can ask them, do you want me to leave you alone, or do you want me to bring you back to your why? Bring you back to why you started this and bring you back to why this is important to you. That way we can know how to proceed. And if they're going to continue, you're always going to talk about the getting started checklist that's provided by your upline. Okay, skill number 7, promoting events. This is the last step to becoming a network marketing professional. The most powerful events are destinations like GTC. I'm a little excited. I can't wait. Or a retreat. Being away with like-minded people is going to bring you to this place of total immersion. And I could speak so highly of that from experience. Being around the people that are in the same type of mindset as you really makes a difference. It's going to give you a chance to refresh, renew, refuel, recenter, and restart if you need to, just so that you can be the best that you can be for your business. It's going to help you gather strength to go back home and do what needs to be done. It's also going to give you a chance to see the successful people in this field and show you how wildly successful you can be and that it is possible and real. Professionals commit to never missing an event. They make it work and help others do the same so that they make it work and they help others to do the same and do whatever it takes to get you there for this support. So thank you guys for listening to the 7 skills that are necessary to becoming a network marketing professional. Commit to this. No matter how long it takes, you will be there. You will also be constantly growing and developing along the way. Staying consistent keeps you on track, and you will develop your skills for the rest of your life. There is no possible way to be good at this from the beginning. I wanted it so badly. One thing I want to throw in, I don't know how much time we have. I'm sorry if I'm going over. In my job for 11 years, it took me 11 years to get where I'm at. I never stopped learning. When you stop learning, you stop growing. I train groomers and bathers all the time, and they come in and they want to know all of the information right away. They want to be professionals at it, and they can't. And my upline and my sponsors also told me the same thing. You can't just jump right in and know something right off the bat. You have to learn it. You have to be open-minded, and your success will begin with you, and it will end with you. Everything that you do is putting into your business, and you can decide today to build and learn for yourself. You can be a network marketing professional if you just commit, follow these steps, repeat, and practice, practice, practice. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, Jessie, I find it hard to believe that was your first training. That was fantastic. And I was like, oh, just keep going. We're good.
All right. Oh, we're a little over. Sorry.
But make sure you read the comments because they are fantastic. Yeah, Bree's saying, I so needed this. Jessie, that was so empowering. Like, oh my goodness, I don't think we could have you and Dana tonight. Like, we're literally, I mean, a powerhouse. I mean, everything that we needed. This was like a mini GTC right here because it was so practical, right? You took the book, but you showed us how it works in Arbonne. And I have all of these notes. I love that you both referred to the 5-second rule, talking about borrowed belief and separating the emotion from the outcome. I mean, this is one of those trainings people are going to go back to over and over again in terms of what is the skill I need to work on? Like, where do I need to spend my time right now? So thank you for the time you put into preparing this. And it's clearly going to serve you so well as you go out and build an amazing business. And we are so thankful for you. I am going to really quickly, and then you got to hop over on Facebook, plug GTC. GTC, there are still a few spaces left. Mel Robbins will be there live. And if you can't get there live, make sure you sign up for the virtual. That is wonderful. And check out the GTC challenge that we have on the Facebook page. So time now to head over. Danielle, if you're still on, can you type in the phone number for the multi-nation? Because I can't get it because I'm on my phone. Right now, head over to Facebook Live. It's Discover Arbonne Live. If you don't know that group, you're not on that group, let us know. And then come back here in a little less than half an hour. And, Jessica Barrio, 769-105-8763. 769-105-8763 is the Zoom number you are going to need for the next training after the Facebook Live. Thank you, ladies, and have a wonderful, and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening.